Hello everyone, welcome back to This Week in Halo, the Halo video that catches you up with everything Halo related this week. This week in Halo, we've got everything from new content on Halo Infinite to Forge potentially leaking even more new weaponry coming to the game. There's even Halo MCC on sale, although the cheaters are literally flaunting the ability to ban users now, and yet nothing has been done. It is safe to say I've got a lot to talk about today, so let's get into the video. So first up today, we have the brand new weapon that is potentially coming to Halo Infinite, and it's the Carbine. Thanks to Forge options, you can now see the Vestige Carbine in the selectable menu, and it's made people think the fan favorite precision weapon will be coming to the game. Halo Infinite already has a Carbine model in-game, as it shows up in the first mission of the campaign, despite it not appearing as a playable weapon. If the Carbine comes to Halo Infinite, this would be the third new precision-based starting weapon on the game. The first being the Bandit, and the second being the Bandit Evo. I'm not sure if that counts as two, but with the battle rifle, the commando, the sidekick, the bandit, and in the files there's even a light rifle, I'm not sure the game needs a carbine, but new content is always a W. Speaking of new content, Halo Studios has finally teased the major update coming to the game next week. Operation Last Stand launches on the 6th of May, marking another substantial update coming to the game. Operation Last Stand, as we all know, will be featuring the brand new weapon, the Mutilator, a new gun to the entire franchise. It's a double barrel shotgun with a gravity hammer attachment. If you want a full breakdown of the gun, check out my previous video. What you don't know is there is the return of some old armor sets, which I'll put on screen now. One of the most notable armors will be the Halo 3 EVA helmet. That's right, you can check it on screen now. That will be making its return. It better not be in the shop. There's also the Halo 4 Raider helmet. I think that's what it's called. I saw that on Twitter. That set will also be available. In other content in this update, and thank you to Mr. Rebs for this, he pointed out that the very key art you just saw on screen has Spartan Agrinya's armor. You know, the Spartan commander who does the voiceovers in BTB? Her. Mr. Reb said this may mean PvE fans will be getting new content. Why? Earlier last year, Halo Studios 343, whatever they were called back then, said that they wanted Forgers to make specifically linear PvE Academy themed experiences. Because Agrinya's armor is in the key art, he suspected that this is the update that's going to introduce that. If you're going to ask me, Remy, what is a linear PvE Academy themed experience? Well, expect a training ground PvE firefight level where you progress through a map with the same aesthetic as Livefire. Now, while we are on the topic of Halo Infinite, you guys, the viewers, had a lot of feedback for Halo Studios with some very important things. One of the biggest things I do on this channel is give you guys a voice, and that's exactly what I'm going to do now. From map rotations to bots in big team battle to even the shop, here are some critical things you guys want to see fixed on the game. First of all, and I even said this with the latest big team battle update, bots in BTB. I played some more big team battle, and there's literal games where the bots do not move. They stand still, and they're free kills for the enemy team. Halo Studios, you have to revert this. It just doesn't function as intended, and I said it before, if a bot picks up the flag and capture the flag, he can even walk straight off the map. Second, we have map rotations, specifically from ranked players, but we also had non-ranked fans also mention this. It seems as though some days, and you guys can comment on this if you've seen it too, some days you'll get the same map over and over again. I've seen some people play the map Recharge 5 or 6 times in a row, then Livefire 5 or 6 times in a row. Then they get on the next day and it's Streets 5 or 6 times in a row. It's like it rotates day to day. It's very weird. I even saw in big team battles, certain maps appear all of the time and some maps literally never appear. As someone who does play a lot of Halo, I gotta say, it does get frustrating to play on the same map over and over again. I'd love some more variety. Speaking of maps, the big thing I mentioned last video was that you can't access the new content on Halo Infinite. You know all the awesome new maps they added to the game, made by the community? I could barely play them, but I have good news. Thanks to one of the comments I received on the last video, if you search Big Team Battle Extraction and Multi-Bomb only, so just those 2 game modes, you'll get the new maps almost every game, like 95% of the time. No, you shouldn't have to do that, but if you do want to try out the new content, that's a solution for you all. The last piece of big feedback that I especially noticed was that I saw people running around with the brand new Halo 5 sniper model on Halo Infinite. I thought, ooh, maybe my viewers, you you guys would like to see me mix it up with a brand new weapon model in my clips, you know, the background footage you see on screen, it turns out you cannot individually purchase pieces in the shop on Halo Infinite. I would have to fork over $40 to buy a bundle just to get that one weapon model. Who approved this system? It is so anti-player. I can only imagine it is like this, as a majority of people are actually happy to buy the whole bundle. I just can't do that, and a big problem I thought about is if it's like this now, regardless of the next Halo game being free to play or paid, it's most likely going to have heavy microtransactions, and that sucks. The final thing about Operation Last Stand I'd like to touch on is the name itself. A lot of people ask me, Remy, if it's called Last Stand, does that mean Last Spartan Standing is coming back? If you don't know, Last Spartan Standing was the solo mode where you did get 3 to 5 lives, and once you ran out of lives, you were eliminated from the game. Years ago, Halo Studios, when they were known as 343, they promised a new and evolved version of that game mode. But to answer your question, no, I don't think this is going to come back, despite how many people actually want to play it. Operation Last Stand to me sounds like more of a firefight update. The key art literally looks like a firefight update. I would be very surprised if Last Spartan Standing, which is pretty much a battle royale, comes back to the game. I also gotta say, Operation Last Stand will not be the final update of the game. In fact, I'd expect Halo Infinite to be supported for quite a while, as there's actually rumors of another year of HCS, the Halo World Championships. Again, nothing official at this point. I remember reading about it on Twitter after a developer spoke about it on a podcast, but in any case, I think Halo Infinite will see updates at least until the first batch of Unreal Halo titles come out. With Halo Infinite out of the way, let's move on to Halo MCC, and this week the entire collection is on sale. Currently, the collection is 75% off, so if you were waiting to snap up 5 to 6 games for the price of one microtransaction, this is the time to get it. That's also crazy, by the way. Let me just say, a sniper bundle I just mentioned, that's 40 Australian dollars, and yet I can buy Halo MCC, the entire collection, and it comes with all of the Steam Workshop goodies, all of the mods for free for $15. I'm surprised more people aren't playing the classic collection of games, but a reason might be because cheaters on the damn game are still flaunting the ability, they're literally posting on YouTube about it now, that they can ban players and nothing can be done. The cheaters can still assume the identity of you, the person watching this video, go into a game, quit said game, and then it will apply a ban to your account. They then do this repeatedly and completely stop you from playing. What is most diabolical is then they change their name to something else, they load into another game, they change it back to your name and quit again. This means they can stack the ban time until you cannot search matchmaking for weeks. Halo Studios, if you ever plan to release Halo MCC on other platforms, this needs to be fixed. It cannot go anymore. Speaking of vulnerabilities, by the way, and I can't believe this is still happening, the Microsoft Store version of Halo MCC, that has been completely bricked for a while. The Microsoft Store version of Halo MCC has massive matchmaking problems, so this needs to be addressed as well. Honestly, with Halo MCC as a whole, it seems like Halo Studios will not be adding or supporting anything new to the game, as much as I'd love for that to happen. Very much seems like now that Halo has moved to the Unreal Engine, that is the future, and that is the primary focus for them going forward. Finally today, I wanted to end on something wholesome, something feel good. For years, the credits of the old Bungie Halo games were omitted from Halo MCC. You'd finish the end of, say, Halo 3, and there was no original credits. I love these. It added atmosphere, honestly. Well, today I have great news. Modders on Halo MCC have released a version of, say, Halo 3 that restores the original ending and credits to that title that finished the fight. Featuring the original music and messages from the original Bungie developers, if you do have Halo MCC, it is a nice way to relive your childhood. And that's it. That's this week in Halo. Lots happening once again as the developers gear up for the next major update. There will be a live stream on the 2nd with Unishek and Sketch that shows off all the new content in the update, and it'll also show off the new weapon. I'll do a full in-depth review once this happens, and I'll let you guys know what I think. So with that said, thank you all for watching. This week is going to be a huge week for the channel. Titanfall basically got cancelled yesterday, so I'm going to cover that tomorrow, and then Bungie updated Marathon. So expect those 2 videos in the next 2 to 3 days. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.